All right, this is my second project that I poured yesterday with my extra resin because I had glued down these ridiculous shapes trying to make some form of pretty. I may have failed in that, but what I did succeed in is showing how the different tapes react and what to do when your resin runs off the sides, how to fix it. I overestimated how much product I was going to need, how much resin I was going to need. So I already had this project pre-made up. I just really quickly taped the edges, and I'm using the washi tape on this instead. But I still want to protect my back side so that when the drips happen, it does not run down this side. So as a secondary precaution, I'm going to take another bit of this Premier Blue tape, and just run it quickly over it and allow it to be folded. So with art resin, you only have a few minutes to get it all level before it starts to set up. So I'm hurrying to get this all on here, ready to go. I'm going to take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and just a paper towel and brush off any dusts that may be there. Now this was all sprayed with protective coating, UV protectant. I just had a feeling I may need this someday, so this is good. I had it pre-ready, and I am just going to dump that out and hope that it's enough. Now, it's really, it's a collage, it's multi-layers, so I may actually need to do more than one coat because the Yupo paper will be higher in some places than in others. So unlike the coasters that I did, this one I'm going to be very careful to not let it come to the edges at all. I'm going to really spread this out. It may not actually be enough. Because some of the coasters, they were running off of the side, and as soon as I touched it with the paper, sorry, not a paper clip, with the toothpick, I thought, oh yeah, there we go, we've lost our dome. So this is an experiment. Let's see which technique ends up working the best. Just spreading it to all four corners. See, this piece right here is actually quite tall. It's 3 pieces of Yupo paper collaged. I took a page out of Jane Monteith's book, and she really loves Rex Ray. The collaging that she does is so beautiful, and the bright colors, and so I just had excess pieces of Yupo lying around, or Yupo, however you like to say it, and so I just cut them all up and created this little collage. It was previously resined and coated, and I've just been building and building. I've kind of also been copying Josie. She does some amazing collage work with art resin, and she does layer after layer after layer, and so this is what I've been trying just with this one here, just to see what happens, see what can be possible, taking a couple of different ideas and merging them together. Okay, so we're getting there. It actually may be enough down low. I'm doing my best to really avoid any of this dripping down the sides. And then I'm going to come back in with a toothpick . Don't do it. Actually, I don't think touching the sides can actually be avoided. I think there's always that. I'm going to move it 360 degrees. Oh, yeah. More than necessary, not a good idea. There we go. Because this end over here is... Okay, this is seriously what not to do with resin. Colossal disaster. that's our problem. That guy had a little bit of resin stuck to it. There, much better. Okay, believe it or not, after all of that, it did actually cover. I didn't have to make any extra resin. There's a beautiful doming happening. Pop these bubbles, fish out any fuzzes, and cover it. More bubbles can pop up in collages simply because there's little air pockets. And so I may come back in a few moments and give it a once over one more time just to see if any bubbles have risen. I only see one fuzz. I think it's right there. I'm just wondering if I can scoop it out. This is a bubble. Because of where the resin, or where the Yupo paper is a little higher or connected, there's a little bubble there. Gonna pop those bubbles there real quick. And cover it. And there you have it. So here's a view of it after the finished pour. Now, I told you earlier there is several layers of Yupo paper, and you can see in about straight across from my finger, there's a little ripple there. That is simply because the paper has several pieces and it is just layered. That's just what it looks like. So this is never going to be completely smooth unless I pour it another layer. But I will admit, this is not something that I really love. You can see another ripple right there. So I'm not willing to invest any more money by putting more art resin onto this project. But the doming is really pretty. It's a very good example. So these plastic containers, you may wonder, I've just got them at the dollar store. Dollarama, pardon me. And they're really great size for like 8x10s. This is also a what not to do. Don't keep looking at your art, because dust and stuff can get in there. I just want to show you from this side. Maybe it won't show. Yeah, it does. You can see the little bumps and high spots and low spots of all of those little collage pieces. So we won't have a very smooth finish, but you know what? That texture might be really nice. So I haven't totally lost faith in this piece ever being something that someone might want. Okay, so this is a really great example, if I can get the right angle, of tape fail and tape holding. So the blue tape I overlapped on top of the washi tape as an extra precaution. I did that to cover the back. I did that so that those drips wouldn't land on my panel. So I'm going to peel back this tape and show you what that looks like. Blah, blah, blah. All right, this is my second project that I poured yesterday with my extra resin because I had glued down these ridiculous shapes trying to make some form of pretty. I may have failed in that, but what I did succeed in is showing how the different tapes react and what to do when your resin runs off the sides, how to fix it. So I taped all of the edges with a washi tape, and then as an extra precaution, I taped all of it with this blue painter's tape to prevent all of these drips from going on the back of my wood panel. So I'm going to show by pulling off this blue tape. A pretty good success rate. There is a little bit of resin that seeped down, but let's see what happened with this washi tape. Like, oh my God. I'm super impressed. Like, this washi tape is completely sucked up. It just sucked all the resin into it. I don't know. My vote's for washi tape. This is awesome. And look at this. Beautiful edge. It's just a beautiful edge. It's perfect. Now my pour isn't perfect, but that's because I have like so many pieces of Yupo paper in here. I've got like a bunch of strips, and then I did all these stones. I'm calling this sticks and stones. Anyways, there's just so many layers that there's bubbles, and it's kind of bumpy. It would take me another, I'm sure at least one more pour in order to get rid of all of these little ripples and bumps, but I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not doing another thing to this. If anybody out there wants it, you let me know and I'll pour another coat of resin. But it's a really good example of that washi tape working like a hot damn. So all I want to do here is peel off this extra tape. Like, it's just seamless. Now, I'm not worried about down here because I can always take a piece of sandpaper. It's like one spot where the blue tape failed and the washi tape wasn't covering. So you want to make sure that your washi tape is covering everything. Like I said, I'm not worried about that. I can take a little bit of a 100 grit sandpaper and sand down this wood side. Yeah, I'm super, super happy with this. The dome on it, I'm not sure if you can see that dome. Might have to move the camera and get a different angle. Like, that is just a super clean edge. I'm really pleased. Alright, so I hope you know I made this video for you. If you liked what I did and how I shared it today, and if you liked anything in this video at all, I hope that you would press a thumbs up and also possibly hit that subscribe button and potentially share this video with somebody, if not just to laugh. And that just in itself is going to be all kinds of value. If you have any constructive comments, please leave them below. I love to get your feedback and tell me what you think I could do better, what you'd like to see me do a video on. I'm open to all kinds of suggestions. Just be kind. You know, I hate to have to take on the internet. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, and then push the bell button, and then you'll get notifications for any of the videos that I have planned in the future. Haters, go ahead. I can take it. I can take it. Don't worry. I'm totally open to that. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. Anyways, have a great day. Like, subscribe, share. See you next time.